Dr. Prashanta Nanda. Good.
Thank you, Chairman, sir. Honorable Finance Minister has presented two bills in this House, Appropriation Bill for discussion. Sir, whenever Appropriation Bill is placed in the August House, there is enough scope for the members to draw the kind attention of the Honorable Minister regarding center-state financial relationship. Here I would like to highlight on this point, sir. It's good to hear from the Honorable Minister that India is trying to achieve $5 trillion economy. Very good. But at the same time, we from the states want to grow too. But the financial relationship between center and state for the last 7.5 years is not satisfactory, sir. Sir, my points, sharing patterns are in CSS for Odisha at par with northeastern and Himalayan states. Sir, delinking of 8 centrally sponsored schemes from central support, discontinuance of special plan for KBK, as was told by my previous speaker, and central assistance for IAP districts, abolition of normal central assistance, and a steep increase in states' share of centrally sponsored schemes have imposed severe financial burden on the states, sir. Sir, the unique geoclimatic condition of Odisha make it vulnerable to multiple and frequent natural disasters. During the period from 1900 to 2021, Odisha has experienced one or other disaster like flood, cyclone or drought every year. These natural calamities pose a serious challenge to our economic development. Therefore, it has been a prolonged demand of Odisha that natural calamities should be included as a criterion for according special category status. Alternatively, states hit by major calamities may be declared as special focus states and granted benefits of special category status at par with northeastern and Himalayan states for a specific period. This will help reconstruction of infrastructure and restoration of livelihoods. This will not only help Odisha but any other state of the country which is hit by a major natural calamity. I am not speaking for Odisha, for many states also are facing the same problem. Will the central government allow the sharing pattern in CSS at par with northeastern and Himalayan states for the state of Odisha with vulnerability to frequent natural disasters and having a high percentage of population below poverty line? Sir, my next point is percentage of central share in SDA-RMF. As per the recommendation of 14th Finance Commission, the sharing pattern in the SDRF ought to be in the ratio of 90-10 for the center and states respectively. But the Union government in the explanatory memorandum accepted the recommendation of 14th Finance Commission with modification that the percentage share of the states will continue to be as before, that is 75-25. And that once GST is in place, the recommendations of 14th Finance Commission on Disasters Relief Fund would be fully implemented. Accordingly, Government of India released their share in the ratio of 90-10 for the year 2018-19.
आप आपस में बातचीत मत करें, माननीय सदस्य आपस में बात करनी हो बाहर चले जाएं, माननीय सदस्य बोल रहे हैं, please.
Which was subsequently reduced to 75-25 with adjustment of excess released in 2018-19. It was intimated by Government of India that since GST has not been stabilized, the competent authority has decided that during 14th Finance Commission hour period, center share contribution in state disaster response fund shall remain in the same ratio as it was in 13th FC hour period. The 15th Finance Commission have also recommended sharing pattern in state disaster risk management fund at the ratio of 75-25 between center and states for the year 2021-22 to 2025-26. As per the disaster risk index, that is DRI, worked out by the Commission for States the score of Odisha is 90 out of 100, the highest among all states. Taking this into consideration, Odisha needs a special dispensation by allowing sharing pattern of 90-10 in SDRMF at par with northeastern and Himalayan states. And here is my question: will the Minister Finance will allow sharing pattern of 90-10 in SDRMF as a special dispensation for Odisha? Next point comes discontinuance of off-budget central transfers for central sponsored schemes. Funds in respect of some centrally sponsored schemes, CSS, are being released by Government of India directly to the implementing agencies, bypassing state treasuries. Off-budget transfers without being routed through the Consolidated Fund of the state, and the state budget is a distortion in the fiscal transfer mechanism. This also results in parking of funds in the bank accounts of the implementing agencies. Will Government of India consider to stop this practice of off-budget transfers directly to the bank accounts of the implementing agencies in respect of all the schemes and release central assistance through the Consolidated Fund of the state from the year 2022-23? Then elimination of cess and surcharge on the customs duty and direct taxes. Sir, Article 270 of Constitution of India provides for sharing of the proceeds of all union taxes between the union and the states. However, the cess and surcharge levied by Government of India as per Article 271 of the Constitution do not form a part of the divisible pool. This share of cess and surcharge in gross tax revenue of the union government increased from 7.5% in 2000-2001 to about 20% in 2022-23. This denies the states their rightful share in the tax devolution. The central government, by using their taxation powers, have imposed cess and surcharge to finance their share of the centrally sponsored schemes while denying the same benefit to the states. At the same time, they have also schemes. It is iniquitous. Had this mop-up of additional resource been through change in tax rates, it would have been a part of the divisible pool, thereby benefiting these rates. Although many cesses on excise duty have now gone with the introduction of GST, these still remain direct taxes and other indirect taxes. Sir, as per Article 270 of the Constitution, basic excise duty is a part of divisible pool, and reduction of basic excise duty on petrol and diesel will reduce the divisible pool to that extent. On the one hand, the state share in central taxes is being reduced on account of reduction in the excise duty, and on the other hand, the consolidated fund of the union government will be augmented on account of the cess proposed to be levied. Government of India may therefore consider eliminating cess and surcharge on the customs duty, excise duty, and direct taxes in a phased manner. Besides, Government of India should take steps making cess and surcharges part of the divisible pool if continued beyond a specified period by amendment of the Constitution. The next point is steep increase in state share of centrally sponsored schemes. Delinking of 8 centrally sponsored schemes, CSS, from central support, abolition of normal central assistance, and a steep increase in state share of centrally sponsored schemes has imposed severe financial burden on the state. For example, Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana. It was earlier fully funded by Government of India. Sir, it's a wonderful program. Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana, it came in 2001. And by that time, the central and state share was 90 and 10. And it was wonderful. And people could see that the villages were connected to the town. Sir, now the share of Government of India has become down to 60% to 40%. Funding by the state government as matching share. Similarly, the sharing pattern under National Health Mission, NHM, and Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana has been revised, with states like Odisha having to contribute 40% share instead of 25% share provided earlier. Such change in sharing pattern of the centrally sponsored schemes has cast a huge additional financial burden on the states, sir. leading to much less resource for the state schemes appropriate to our needs. Will Government of India appreciate the genuine concerns of the state government and consider restoring the earlier sharing pattern of the above noted CSS so that more resources of the state would be available for the state schemes? Then I'll be talking about financial inclusion in the state. Sir, financial inclusion means the delivery of basic financial services, which includes opening of savings bank accounts, making available small loans, microcredit, micro-insurance products, and remittance facility, in addition to financial literacy and consumer protection at affordable costs. There are 12 public sector banks, 19 private sector banks, 2 RRVs, 1 state cooperative bank, and 5 small financial banks operating in the state. As on 30/6/2022, there are 5,705 B&M branches in the state, out of which 2,963, that is 51.94%, branches are located in rural areas, 1,515, 26.56% branches are in semi-urban area, and 1,227, that is 21.51% branches are in urban areas. Out of this total 7,481 ATMs in the state, 2,876 are located in rural areas, 2,423 are located in semi-urban areas, and 2,182 are located in urban areas. Financial inclusion in the state of Odisha has been constrained by lack of brick and mortar branches. Around 2/3 of our Gram Panchayats do not have a brick and mortar branches. National average of B&M branch and ATM per lakh of population as on 31/3/2021 are 18.12 and 22.32 respectively, whereas for Odisha respective ratios are 13.06 and 18.15. In order to reach the national average, at least 7,605 B&M branches and 9,369 ATMs should be present in Odisha. To achieve this national average figure, it is required to open at least 1,900 B&M branches and 1,888 ATMs in the unbanked or underbanked GPs of the state. Finance Department in Constitution with RBI, NABARD and SLBC has selected 270 unbanked GPs for opening of brick and mortar branches by banks. SLBC also allotted 45 the above unbanked GPs among banks with a request to open B&M branches by 31/3/2023. Functioning of business correspondents appointed by banks is not effective, as they are not offering all types of financial services which are available with the bank branches. The people of the unbanked areas are deprived of getting access to affordable banking services due to lack of brick and mortar branches in most of the GPs. The same has been highlighted in various forums like SLVC meetings, interstate zonal council meetings, etc. Will Honorable Minister of Finance be pleased to inform regarding the steps taken by the government to provide banking service in unbanked GPs in the state of Odisha, and instruct the scheduled commercial banks to open more brick and mortar branches and ATMs in the unbanked GPs in the state of Odisha? I have asked many questions, sir, through my statements, and I would definitely want that I have been doing this every year, but I am not getting, I'm getting answer, but I'm not getting in, it is not being taken care, but the whole problem is not being solved. The same problem I have been putting every year. I hope this time I should think positive that our Honorable Minister will give us a positive reply. And I have already explained how the financial relationship between the center and state has not been satisfactory. It has to be satisfactory. Thank you very much.
Thank you. माननीय वी विजय साई रेड्डी.
Thank you.